Thank you very much for joining us on Sports in 60 Minutes. My name is Cosmos Chukwuemeka. It's been a fantastic week so far. Of course, so much celebration in Kinshasa, despite the fact that there's been some war going on around that country, so part of the country. A public holiday was declared because the country qualified for the World Cup for the first time in 52 years. We'll talk about it right here on this show and so much more. My guys are here. Olamide Walker, how you doing?
I'm well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here again.
Yes, and Barry, still not happy how Arsenal defeated Chelsea. I think 3-2 on aggregate to qualify for the finals of the UEFA Women's Champions League. You're not happy about that, but anyway, how are you?
Well, I'm fine, Cosmos. It's good to be here. What has happened has happened. We're just moving forward. That's just it. Football. That's football for you.
Okay, and I need to get this introduction very right. Yes, the ardent Rangers International of Enugu fan and also Arsenal fan. Who loves Arsenal?
Cosmos, I'm good to go.
It's Prince Will. Prince Will, how are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm good to go.
You're good to go. So, whatever happened last week, you don't pass, Abby.
Did anything happen last week?
I like that.
I like that. That's it. All right, so let's take a break. We'll come back. Yes, we'll go into the show. We have a lot to talk about. Welcome back. It's still Sports in 60 Minutes. Let's get into the show. By the way, if you're just joining, my name is Cosmos Chukwuemeka. All right, so guys, let's talk about it. Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo. We need to get that right because there's also another Congo Republic. Yes, I've qualified for the World Cup. Prince Will, for the first time since 1974, when they qualified for the World Cup at West Germany, they were historically, famously beaten. I think that was humiliated by 9-1, I think. Yeah. So, but they are qualifying for the World Cup, and it's a huge celebration. And please don't bring the Nigerian going to.
It's a wonderful moment. I don't know where you're coming from because we're talking about Congo. It's a wonderful moment, and I celebrate with the Congolese. It's a beautiful one. Having waited for 52 years, and suddenly you're going to the biggest spectacle of football in the world. Come off it. It's a great occasion.
Yes, great occasion, and of course they did that winning 1-0 against Jamaica. Jamaica would have to wait for another World Cup since they last played in 1998. Talking about the playoffs, I mean, the playoffs brought a lot of surprise on that day.
Yes, it did. It did. I was very, very particular about the fact that, there are some big names crashing out of the playoffs. Likes of Italy will not be at the World Cup.
For the third time.
Yes, in a row. You have Robert Lewandowski, who's also not going to be
Poland
at the World
not being
Cup.
at the World Cup.
So for me, it's just sad. Bosnia will be there, good one for them. You also have
Wales not going to be there.
So it just tells us that this World Cup has a lot of surprise coming up. Africa, posing 10 teams at the World Cup. This has never happened before, and unfortunately, the Super Eagles of Nigeria will not be there.
All right, that is just that. Unfortunately, Ebere, will this World Cup be the most interesting World Cup? We're not getting that vibe, but will it be?
Yeah, we are not getting that vibe from this part of the country or this part of the world. But then other countries, the likes of Uzbekistan, Cape Verde, Jordan, Haiti, Curacao, that has less than the population of Lagos, will be there. So yes, it's getting the vibe outside. But then Nigeria is not going, like he said. We would have to sit down and watch other countries do their thing on the screen. This is 48 teams and there's no Nigeria. 10 countries from Africa. No Nigeria. We will watch, and I don't think.
And we will learn.
Yeah, we will learn definitely.
We learn.
Hopefully, we learn. When we see other countries, this is the first time it's happening in FIFA, and they set in Nigeria, the third country in Africa. When you look at FIFA coefficients, we will not be there. We'd have to sit back and nurse our wins, and hopefully, the powers that be and the players in particular will learn from this going into 2030.
World Cup.
I would love to keep quiet today.
Yeah.
Okay. You are choosing to keep quiet. Let's move. In any case, we're winning big in the boardroom, especially when it comes to international football governing bodies. Yes, because for the first time in the history of Nigeria and, of course, the Confederation of African Football, is setting Samson Adamu has been picked as the acting Secretary General of CAF. Now, the acting Secretary General is like the Chief Operating Officer of an organization who runs CAF. Yes. Remember Amos Adamu, who was big in CAF and FIFA? This is his son. And Priestwood, I'm coming here to you because you've been covering this guy from a very long time, since the days of Copa Lagos. Did you cover Copa Lagos a lot?
I was there. I was actually there.
So, yeah, since the days of Copa Lagos, bringing in the big guys for beach football every December, it was a fiesta, and they got into CAF. I mean, this is huge for Nigeria, don't you think?
Well, Cosmos, one thing I'm going to assure you is this: is a very dynamic young man.
Mm-hmm.
He's somebody who has broad ideas,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I would want to see him bring in those dynamism and broad ideas to expand CAF into a better horizon as we go into a more competitive global football. That's all I just consider.
And yeah, you want to say
He
something?
doesn't want to get into controversies.
Please do.
His appointment into acting Secretary General. Tell me, I hear a lot of people say that it's a good one for Nigeria. So please tell me how this will favor Nigeria.
I mean, don't you think it's going to favor the
Honestly,
country?
not think-
It's actually the
Look,
most
No, we are not looking at. Let's not.
how,
forget about it
at
being
how,
the
but,
first
but,
time.
but we are looking at it's a step in the right
It's a step in the right direction that there was a time Nigerians were not in the top.
in the
There was a-
constitution. Yeah.
Since Amos Adamu, do you know that since Amos
All
Adamu
right, I'll let you
left
finish.
CAF? Okay, please finish.
No,
Okay.
no, I'll let you
Okay.
finish.
Since Amos Adamu left
Yeah.
CAF, and of course, whatever happened with whatever thing, and he
Mhm.
was banned for life and reduced and all from FIFA and CAF, no Nigerian was there for close to 13 years till, of course,
Alan, why are you looking at me?
other people
I
came in.
honestly feel like this doesn't change the price of fish in the market.
No one said.
This doesn't change the
But no one
price
said
of
it's
fish in the
bad.
market. No,
So as far as I'm concerned, it does not make any.
it doesn't make any difference to Nigerian football. Will it qualify Nigeria for the World Cup?
No, no.
Will it play the game for the Super Eagles of
It
Nigeria?
could help.
How will it influence Nigerian players playing their football the way they're supposed to qualify for the World Cup?
Let me come in here.
No.
Since
Come on.
since you looked at me, for me, we have a lot of administrative lacuna in our football.
Mm-hmm.
Will it bring first-hand training gadgets and expertise
That
to help
is where I'm
Nigerians
thinking.
develop? That's where
He's
I'm.
acting.
That is what I'm thinking.
No, he's acting just 3 months to be confirmed.
It will be confirmed.
It will be confirmed.
Leave that one.
Let's
But
hope
hold
it's
on.
confirmed. Let's hope
But
it's
then, you said
Yeah.
you covered Copa Lagos.
Look, I'm
Hold
not
on.
disrespect to
And
you.
there was a big international competition that brought a lot of things to Nigeria at
This
the
is what
time.
I'm saying.
It was big, it was huge at the
I'll
time.
tell you what I'm saying. I don't mean this is not a disrespect to his person, right?
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, like, we talk about positions in CAF, like it has some form
Any
of,
impact?
like it translates into the football we play.
Nobody's saying that. Okay,
That's
you know
my
what?
own
So
interpretation
so that we do not dwell so much
I
into
get
this.
the point.
I feel, and this is my opinion, that Samson Adamu.
He's
out
my
of
namesake,
order.
though.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Samson Adamu, despite all of the administrators that maybe some people will say do not lack the right strategies or probably sense, respectfully, yeah. In Nigeria, Samson Adamu is probably one of the best, probably maybe one of the few best Nigerian
Has to
sports
produce.
administrator, technocrats that Nigeria has produced. Forget about whatever influence his father has in football, but he has been, and it's been fantastic thus far. Do you understand? So I feel that we should celebrate the win that
Yeah,
Nigerian
and
is
of
Secretary
course,
General.
Definitely.
And
but
looking at it from the positive light, forget
Yeah,
the
it
negative.
is. No.
A lot of
No.
negative. A lot of negative.
You-
negative.
No, you're negative at least.
No, you're missing the point. I'm just saying, in as much as I appreciate the fact that, you guys say Nigeria.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it doesn't, for me, I don't think, my personal opinion, I
Okay.
don't think it translates into the football.
Anyway,
For
in
now.
sense.
Anyway, yes, he took over from Swiss Congolese Veron Osengo Omba, who resigned on March the 30th after getting to
Honorably.
the mandatory age of 60. Yeah.
Honorably.
So honorably. So that is just it. So for some of you that are hearing different things, that is the official statement. Let's move very quickly, yes, into Another team, the Nigerian Premier Football League, Rivers
You
United.
deliberately run away from the Super Eagles story, Abi. I was looking at him. You deliberately run away from that story, Abi.
Okay. Let's come back.
You know, come back to that.
The Super Eagles, the Super Eagles played a 4-nation tournament. Did they win it?
No, they didn't win, but they won. They got smacked. They didn't lose.
No, they didn't lose. So who won it? Jordan won it. Because somebody will be giving a trophy now.
I don't think there was.
We don't know whether anybody was
There was
giving
no
a trophy,
trophy. There was
right?
no trophy. It was just.
That's how irrelevant.
In fact, you just took me from I deliberately want us to.
No, but
Honestly speaking,
Very relevant.
Okay, fine.
Okay, in any case, they played 2 games.
Yes.
They considered one. Well, I mean, they considered 1 goal and scored 3 goals.
No, they considered 2.
They considered 3 goals.
Yeah, 2 goals. Okay.
3 goals.
Yeah, the
Was
first
it
leg.
three?
The first one was 2-1. The
Okay,
other was 2-2.
So 3
3
goals.
goals,
The
yeah.
good thing from this what's it called, from this friendly was the Emmanuel Fernandez factor, the centre back, the tall centre back that actually, even when he came in, he plays for Rangers in the Scottish League. It's like we are moving from the Tuesday Kongs and from the Semi Ajayi. We have players that we know, okay, fine, these players are out. Players that would come in and cement their position.
I like
because
that.
I know Prince is actually looking at it. That was just
And there's also a certain Frederick. There's a certain Frederick who should be out.
Benjamin Frederick, yes,
Who
that
should
was
come back
out,
from
yeah,
injury.
So that's
Yeah,
just
so-
the old.
And Benjamin Frederick was
We-
discovered during the
Qualifiers.
competition that they did in London.
Yes, in London.
Yeah.
Yes, the one they played in Brentford's
Stadium.
So,
So
that was just the only. Outside that guy, that I don't know what others played. I know, fine, we didn't have an Osimhen, fine, but Onuachu and Omo, it's not looking. I won't say it's not looking good. But
no,
then
it's a
again,
friendly game.
we are preparing for the Nations Cup. That's it.
Nations Cup qualifier.
Yeah,
So
qualifier,
yeah,
that's
so
just
I think that just it.
nothing.
All right, let's move on. I've talked about the Super Eagles now, right? Prince Will.
Well,
I've talked about it. No. I've talked about it because you wanted to accuse me of.
You
And
are
I
free,
know that
oh.
was sarcastic.
Ebere has spoken my mind.
Okay, all right, no problem. Let's move. Nigeria Premier Football League. Yeah, this is another thing about Nigeria. Rivers United returns to the NPFL Summit, and let's talk about it very quickly. Warri Wolves against Rivers United. Prince Will.
What I love about the NPFL is this. You cannot stay on that summit 2 straight weeks. Somebody will come after you. So it's good. Massive competition, but we're getting to the crescendo of the league, and we begin to see that Rivers United is holding sway. Will they be there till the season ends? That's a big question.
All right, so let's move to this one. Nasarawa United against Con Khalifat. Yeah, we just saw it on the screen. Nasarawa United, Con Khalifat. I mean, let's talk about it, Iberi.
Nasarawa, Kun Khalifa, they are down and very. It's just getting maximum points.
That they need.
Yes, just to.
But in
I know,
Lafia,
fine, we are down. Let's just, even if it's just a draw, I know we are relegated already. So it's just get one draw.
has it been
Spoilers.
confirmed?
Look at the table now. Look at the table yourself.
I don't. So what else are they playing
Look at
for?
the table yourself now.
They are
Don't
20th
play the
on the
spoilers.
log. They are 20th on the log. We have barely 6
Look at the table yourself now.
Mm.
How do you want to survive?
I don't think.
Okay.
I don't think it's happening. National, they are 4th on the league, so at most might be a draw. I don't think
Olamide,
Khalifa winning.
which Remo Stars survive against Shooting Stars?
Well, I think, well, this game is, it's a derby, right? So for me, it's a close one. And, you know, derbies are usually very tight. So
let's say
this might just end in a draw. Yeah, it might end in a draw.
Let me chip in this one, and I want to bring in Prince Will. Who is the owner of Shooting Stars? Is it the Oyo State Football Association?
Don't even go there.
Or hold on, I need to know.
Bere.
Hold on, Oyo State Football Association or the Oyo State Sports Ministry?
It is the Oyo State Sports Ministry. Bere.
That is the owner. So
Did you
why
know
is
what
Oyo
I
State
said?
Football?
Bere. Do you know what Bere means in Ibadan? Our own.
I agree. There's no problem. But why is the Oyo State Football Association saying that they are banning the sports director?
It's a political thing.
Because I need to know. I need to understand
Look,
what is happening.
Cosmos is a political thing.
And this is not because the guy is a colleague of mine. I'm not saying that, but I need to know if, you know, there was a time like that they said that the former chairman of the Lagos State Football Association wanted to do such a thing. And I think that was one of the reasons you should know why he was impeached. I think that was last year, right?
Fahad.
So
Fahad.
why is it that the Oyo State Football Association is saying that sport director because of one thing?
I've just said it. It's a political
It's a
thing.
political
You know,
thing.
for me, most times when top-notch sport administrators refuse to talk to the media guy, it's always the problem. I wish Toby Samuel could really come out and speak. He's a media person, but you ask him right now,
he probably will not want to talk.
yes, so that's what I'm going to. But
Okay.
I know it's a political thing.
Because I feel that they should get their ass together in Oyo State when it comes to football, so that it doesn't affect them at all, despite the fact that they are the owners of Shooting Stars. But then there are things that you do not do internationally, as far as I'm concerned. All right, let's move quickly. Yes, let's take a break. I'll come back. We'll be talking about Iran playing at the World Cup. And FIFA is saying that they will support them. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Still Sports in 60 minutes. My name is Cosmos Chukwuemeka. And the guys are here. I will be talking about great things and, of course, happenings in the world of sports. Now, let's move. Iran will be playing at the World Cup, as far as we know, because the president of the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, has said that the body will back Iran at the World Cup. Olamide.
I think it's a good one, honestly. This is a story that has generated so much controversies in the build-up to this World Cup. And obviously, for obvious reasons, but I saw a statement from an official Iranian military account yesterday that, look, they're saying, Americans, we don't have a problem with you. We know that you people are in support of us. Of course, they're talking about the political aspect of things. In America, there's some serious protest against Trump.
Yes.
The No Kings protest. They're saying, we know we don't have a problem with you, and we don't have a problem with you. And honestly, the problem has been defined. So to transit away from politics to football, this is football. You can't separate politics away from modern day football.
We agree.
It's impossible, right? So for me, I think FIFA backing Iran to participate at the World Cup, I still want to see how they want to back them, because they'll be playing in America, except they want to, maybe have a venue change or something.
No, I'm not sure there'll be venue
change. So I don't think there's going to be a venue change. So I'm still yet to see how
it is part of.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I feel like it is a World Cup, and it is going to hold.
Iran will definitely. It will.
Iran will play, and I'm not sure in America, and I'm not sure. The only thing that America can do is just to ensure that some certain persons in the government, usually their government representatives,
and how will their
not
fans? What about their fans?
I've said it before that there are a lot of Iranians in America.
So
so those guys will be there to support them. There are millions of them.
That's why I'm looking forward to how
it's going to pan out.
Yeah,
what exactly promise? Infantino saying promise to back them. What does that word mean?
That's what I'm looking forward to. I want to look for how.
We'll see what happens maybe in less than 60 days from now, right?
Yeah.
So
I deliberately did not ask Prince Road this one.
I will speak. Even if you don't ask me. See, Olamide said something. You can't take away politics from modern day world football.
Sure.
But FIFA has always emphasized that we don't want politics mixed up with football.
No, you can't.
And it is on record that FIFA want to organize one of the best World Cup.
Yes.
Haven't gotten 3 hosts. Giving them the promise has to do with security, has to do with the necessary upkeep. And if they continue, they move on. If they're out, they go.
All right. Okay. Let's move very quickly and let's jump into, of course, we've gotten to the squeaky bum time of the show. The La Liga, and the La Liga is heating up.
Yeah.
From Barcelona, very angry about the Rafinha situation, to this one that is huge as well. Some years ago, it wasn't huge. But now, any game between Atletico Madrid and Barca is very, very, very huge. So let's talk about it very quickly. Atletico Madrid, I think I should talk about the non-consequential game first. Yeah. It's very consequential to Real Madrid, but to Real Mallorca, I do not think it is of any importance.
It's consequential. So we're starting with the Real Madrid.
Yeah, the Real Mallorca, Real Madrid.
Okay, so this game, in some seasons, right? Real Madrid have had it very good for them.
Last season, precisely.
Yeah,
last
season, this season, coming into this game, they have Mbappe back, Vinicius is actually playing very well at this time. So, but, you can't take away the fact that when you play against teams who have nothing to lose, right? Like Mallorca, they can really be a real tough test for Real Madrid. But I still see Real Madrid. They know that Barca is playing against Atletico Madrid this week. And there's also a possibility of dropping points because they don't have Rafinha.
Yeah.
So if they win, you know, Barca maybe get a draw or lose, they cut down the points to either 1 or 2.
Let's talk about the Barca game.
Yeah.
Barca will be going to
the Metropolitano.
One Metropolitano in Madrid.
Look, I'm a Barca fan, right?
Against Atletico Madrid.
I'm a Barca fan, and I know that Barca have the momentum, but you're playing against Atletico Madrid, who, whenever they hear Barca, they always get that extra motivation, right? Now, this is the first of a trilogy.
Okay.
Right? There's going to be 3 matches between this team in the space of a month. This is the first one, and this can actually set a marker for how the remaining 2 games will go.
It's going to pan out.
And this, for me, I feel like this might actually be the match that decides the La Liga for Barcelona. Win, and then, you know, you maintain either 4 points, or if Real Madrid drop the points, you go above them further. So, Rafinha being out, being the focal point of this team, is going to be very tough for Barca.
Okay.
But Rashford, I think, should fill in properly because they had a good game in the international break. Okay. So I think Barca will get the game.
All right. Yeah. Now, finally, we're going to end on the Chelsea notes. Some days ago, and I'm coming to you, Barry, because you are the Chelsea fan.
I want to ask Prince for one question. Prince, do you agree with my analysis?
On point.
On point. Correct.
All right. Barry, yeah. Some days ago, Cucurella came out to review the fact that former coach Maresca was sacked and that he does not think the coach now, Roseno, he does not think the ideas of Roseno is working. Now, Ebere, I'm calling to you because you are one of the people that called for the sack of Maresca.
No, I did not.
You did. I still saw some of your posts. You said so. Should we? Can we go back and check some of your posts back?
No, I did not.
You are one of them. You and a certain. Okay, don't let me mention your name. What's the name? I don't want to mention it. A lot of you were calling for the sack of Maresca.
Is this Sam? Is this Sam you want to talk about?
Sam. So I don't know if Sam called for the sack of Maresca.
Sam is indeed.
But
he did. I have the video.
Oh, he did too.
Yes,
Called for the sack of Maresca.
Yes.
A lot of them, and I felt that Maresca was doing a great job there. But of course, things will not work and all that. And then brought in a Roseno. So I hope I pronounced that very well. Roseno. Okay. So that's just it. Do you think there's a crack in the team?
There's always been a crack. First off, I never said they should sack him. Players and coaches and the board would always have issues, but arriving at a level ground is something that makes the flow continuously go. On the 31st, on the 1st of January, I was like, the agitations are regarding sacking came up and that he might be leaving and stuff like that. I was like, why would you allow him go? He helped you to win something at the end of last season. He achieved. Do you understand? And at the end of the day, he requested for something. He asked for a defender because Kobe was out injured.
Yeah.
And you told him to make use of the likes of Adashile, as in players that were below par. And you saw how Chelsea. Yes, no, but then they are not good. Tosi came on a free transfer from Fulham. These players are not good. They are not of that standard. If you want to qualify,
why did they spend so much money on buying a battalion of players?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. You bought a club for 2.5 billion. And you've spent over 1.5 billion on players. And just recently,
I hope Sam is hearing you.
They recorded a huge loss this is the first time as you're losing this amount of money in the history of the EPL. It's not good at all. So for the fact that players are coming out to talk, I am 100% in support. You don't need. Fine. Your project is to buy these young players. From what what's his name? From what Cucurella said, nobody is saying you shouldn't buy young players, but let there be a balance. The game against PSG, it was so glaring that these players lacked the identity. They don't understand what it entails to play for a big club like Chelsea. And when you have big players, you can blend those big players.
Big club like Chelsea.
Do you understand?
Big club.
It's not. So I don't think Rosenior is a small coach. He's a baby coach. He learned under Wayne Rooney. How can you be learning coaching whatever under Wayne Rooney? Almost relegated Derby from Derby County to Hull City. There's Strasbourg. Sure. There is no pedigree whatsoever.
I wish the camera caught. I wish the camera caught the way I opened my mouth when you said relegated Derby.
Yes, the relegated Derby. Rooney, he might be a legend for Man United, but then he's a failed coach. So you can't be an assistant coach to someone like that and you expect to thrive at Chelsea. He's just all talk. He's just like so players are not happy. He's not on par.
So-
If Maresca had stayed to the end of the season, they would say, okay, fine, you did well or you did not do well. It doesn't make sense.
But
So
do you
I am in
need-
support of what.
sorry.
Do you need a hug?
No, I'm okay.
Do
I'm
you
fine.
need a
I'm
hug?
supporting.
You can probably give her a hug.
I'm
I can
fine.
give you a hug.
I'm
Come on.
fine. It's not looking good. And it's good that players are coming out to talk.
I know you're saying you're fine.
Ah.
Are you really
I am
fine?
so fine.
Anyways, that is how we end the show. Because as we Igbo people will say, the church has closed.
Such a mess.
Because whatever she said here were hits. Prince Willie, for the first time we did not bash Arsenal, right? So good
And so
one.
what? And so if you like, you bash the Arsenal. If you like, you don't bash the Arsenal. We have a focus.
Anyway, by the way, Sam, is one of our producers, and of course,
Somebody will.
he's behind the scene. And did he say he actually said Maresca should be sacked?
Yeah.
I said it's on record.
He's on record
Last year, I was
Sam.
telling the date, the hour, the minute.
that Maresca should be sacked.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He said so.
Yes.
Now you are reaping the fruit of your labor. Eh?
That is how we end today's episode of Sports in 60 Minutes. Before I go, it's a weekend. Yes, the weekend is still here. Olamide.
Yeah, well, same as usual. It's gonna be. Oh no. I'm gonna be at the airport.
Okay.
Yeah, I have some activities there.
At the airport.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday I'll be there.
You sure say no be jackpot.
No be jackpot.
Okay.
What we see
Hey, baby. Another hangout with the brother or cousin.
I'll watch, just enjoy myself. I've been
No
out for a while.
outing
No
with the
outing.
boyfriend. Nothing.
No outing for any
Go
boyfriend.
out. Come on, man.
No.
Prince Will, another class.
No, I don't have class this weekend. It's a public holiday, but I have, we're running up the Let Her Play initiative program
Okay.
by Chief Nathaniel Edu. So
Okay.
this Saturday is
Mm.
a kind of event where the girls will come and get some goodies from the man who has decided that female football should thrive.
All right. And for me,
In
spend some of the time in
Church.
church and some other things as
Church.
well. My name is Cosmos Chukwuemeka. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Big shout out to those behind the scene to ensure that we come to you on your TV by this time on the station. Have a blessed day. God bless you. Bye-bye.